So let's talk about the films and TV stuff I watched this week. Before I get onto my week and how I've been and what I've been doing, let's start off this first, shall we? Don't forget you can skip past it if you don't want to see this. Okay, films watched. I watched Day Shift. Jamie Foxx and a few other people, including Snoop Dogg. This strange vampire hunting comedy kind of action film. It's good. It's good. It's not the best film. Snoop Dogg is okay in it, but it's just a normal Snoop Dogg, you know. Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, good actor. He plays this guy who goes around secretly killing vampires, and his wife doesn't know about it. He goes out cleaning pools. Next minute, he's decapitating vampires and stuff like that, collecting the teeth, you know, and he collects memorabilia to sell, like the teeth of the vampires, to gain money from these collectors and stuff like that. So yeah, and his world falls down a bit when he gets with this assistant who is a bumbling fool, and yeah, things happen and his wife finds out and blah blah blah. That's when it gets a bit silly when she finds out, and then there's no like remorse. It's like, oh okay, let's kill some vampires then. It's like, okay, you know. But Snoop Dogg has one good line in it which puts you to the Lost Boys, where it goes, there's one thing about LA is the goddamn vampires. I mean, that is really good. I mean, that's one scene from the Lost Boys that really you remember, and he did that, and it's like, that's a good kick to Lost Boys. So well done on that one. So I'll give it 6 out of 10. It's not brilliant, but it's good. It's good. The next film I watched was called Moonfall, which was just the most outrageous, the most silliest, the most okay, what the fuck has happened here, you know, kind of film. It's a disaster movie that's so insane that if that thing did happen in real life, it wouldn't. It would be more. It was yeah, with the moon that close to the Earth, I'm sure we wouldn't be surviving it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, you know. So I'll give it 5 out of 10. I'm not going to talk much more about it. It's one of the films that you watch. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen it now. I will get them hours back. And then I watched a TV series on one of the channels called Paper Girls. It's like Prime's version of Strange Things. These 4 girls do a paper round in the early hours of the morning. They bump into each other. They've all got different streets to go down and stuff. And it reminded me of the game Paperboy from years ago. We know we'd go around the road putting papers in the right houses. And it was it was good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it loses its way a bit. Somehow these girls go into this house because they see someone. They go in the house. They see something there. They get knocked out. They wake up inside this weird craft, and then next minute, they're from 1988 to 2019. It's like, well, okay. The logic there is they've time travelled through this weird ship for no reason at all, and they're now 30 years in the future. One of the girls actually goes home to see her older self there, which baffles my brain because time traveling films are, you know, it's weird that her older self is there and her younger self is there, and she actually helps them. And it's weird though, because in films you're taught you're not supposed to bump into yourself, you're not supposed to mix, you know, that kind of stuff. But they're doing this, it's like they breaks all the rules of time travel. But whilst these girls are trying to get back to 1988, you've got these league of time travelers who are trying to change and put timeline back to normal, kind of thing. So they've got these people chasing after them, trying to kill them, blah blah blah, trying to put stuff right, and it's really weird. It's like Back to the Future gone wrong, but Back to the Future meets Strange Things. And they try to get back to 1988, but they go back to 1999 instead by mistake. So one of them bumps into the other self kind of thing and helps them. It's a mixed bag of, okay, what's happening here? But there's a few episodes. It's good, it's entertaining. I mean, I would watch the second series if there was a second series. But it just baffles the brain that all these things you're told, they just break all that rules. And it's like, okay, it's a TV series, they're allowed to, they're supposed to. The idea is to escape reality. The acting's good from the girls, don't get me wrong, the acting's good, and, you know, can't fault that. It's just, your mind gets a bit more thinking, okay, what's going on? But no, I'll give it 7 out of 10 because it's got potential, and it wasn't crap, but it wasn't brilliant, but it was alright, you know. And it comes to some more TV stuff I watched. I managed to finish the complete Sandman series. Then they've been counting the 11th episode, which I haven't watched yet, the cheeky buggers. I give that 8 out of 10. I loved it. I loved the character death. It was just a normal person being nice and kind. I love the way the Sandman learnt about humans, about people, about how things are run on Earth, you know. And he helps a lot of people and he learns a lot, and it's really good. I'll give it 8 out of 10, definitely. And I watched the first episode of House of Dragons. Now, don't get me wrong, I've never been a Game of Thrones fan. Never. I watched all the 8 series just to see, and it's like, it's okay. It's like, okay. Too much nudity for me, but there you go. House of Dragons, I give it 7 out of 10. Episode 1 gets 7 out of 10, even though it didn't interest me like Game of Thrones didn't. But Matt Smith in it, if you're people thinking, you know, I'm going to stick with this because Matt Smith impressed me as an actor in it, because it's a completely different role from Doctor Who to other things to this. And it just shows his potential. It shows that he is a good actor. And I'm going to stick with it, definitely. You know, could be good, could be bad. There's just been announced that they're going to do a second series because 20 million people watched the first episode. So, good on you. And then She-Hulk, episode 1 and 2. The second episode, you see, this is where it gets a bit loopy because I'm a big Marvel fan and I love the humour. I said last week that episode 1 was a bit like Deadpoolish, but it's not really. It's because when she talks to the camera, it's just like breaking that, was it 8th wall or something? I don't know what it's called. Yeah, and I like the way she does that. I think the episodes are too short. I think they could do 50 minutes and stretch the story out a bit more, you know, get a bit more emotions. The comedy's good, it's well timed. She is absolutely fantastic in it. Can't fault her. A mixture of emotions, comedy. It has got some serious side to it, which hopefully will pop up later in the series. It's got more of it's not just a comedy kind of thing, you know. So yeah. But no, 6 out of 10 so far, episode 1 and 2, 6 out of 10. And every week, if I'll keep you updated, I'll let you know how I'm thinking about it. So I'd rather do TV and movies like this because it's all in one place, and if you want to watch it, you can do. Skip past it, you can do, you know. It's like a little magazine I'm bringing out, you know. So, how's it going so far? Comment below if you like this format, if you want to see more of this. Just comment, like, subscribe, you know.